We are definitely here at Lake Winnie. This is north of Atlanta. It's basically on the tip of Tennessee and Georgia. And this seems like a fun, small family park. We are sad there's a couple rides Crystal is wanting to do, but they are closed today, sadly.
Yeah.
What were the rides?
Like the antique cars, the paddle boats. Oh wow.
Let's go check out the rest of the park. And this is what the park map looks like. Lake Winnie Amusement Park. And we are over here. They have a fireball flat ride. I don't consider that a coaster, and I'm not too much of a fan of it, but looks like they have a ton of rides. This is the antique car rides that is closed. Dang, that would have been fun. And then the paddle boats here in this lake, because this park is surrounding a lake. Let's go check it out. This place does have like circus vibes to it. You know, these rides don't seem like they're in place. You know, you could literally see the semi-truck wheels on this one. So, you know, it doesn't feel like a permanent park like other theme parks that we've been to. I like the theme of this. I assume it's a pizza place. Scooter's Pizza has like bumper cars on the top of the roof. First ride of the day is going to be this Ferris wheel. I kind of have a feeling it might be a long line throughout the day, so we're going to aim to do this first. Look at this view that you have of the park. Wow.
See the big fish?
Oh wow, yeah, look at this. You can see the big fish over there. We'll have to take a closer look later. Decent Ferris wheel. You know, you got some pretty good views of the park. Moving on. Have some very cute trash receptacles here. This is what their trash cans look like. It's a clown mouth, and you throw your trash in there. Very creepy, but I love the uniqueness of it. Does look like they have a restaurant here that is closed. Sadly, it looks all boarded up. Maybe for the rest of the summer. All right, so I'm no fish expert, but that's a fish. I don't know. Crystal's laughing at me over here. That's some kind of fish. I don't know. It eats things. Actually, a lot more rides closed today than I originally thought. It's not just the antique cars and one of the coasters, the Wacky Worm. There's a decent amount. There's like 8 rides closed today, so park definitely not running fully right now. Check out this cool little like ride that they got. And it's really cool because it is wheelchair accessible. But, I mean, that looks just like a fun ride. You do have your typical carnival games here where you can win prizes. $2 for 1 ball, $4 for 3 balls, $7 for 10 balls. Oh my gosh, look at this! This is like an ice cream stand they have here. The Mayfield Ice Creamier. And it's like a fake paddle boat, but, you know, it's made to look like a actual boat. But you know, it's in place. That is so fun. That's cool. Look at Crystal over here clowning around. She's clowning around. We're waiting for some a refillable cup because it is quite hot, so we want to get liquidated, hydrated for the day. And they do have some fans here. They look kind of old, kind of rusted. But yeah, we're gonna get a refillable cup. I don't know if this chairlift is open today. I really hope it will open. That'll be a great ride to do. Okay, up next, I'm gonna do this coaster, Cannonball. Looks like a wooden coaster, could be fun. Let's check it out. like this coaster is an Ace roller coaster landmark. Wow. Pretty old coaster. Alright, so Cannonball Run, absolutely one of the better wooden coasters I've ever done. It was smooth, it wasn't rough like most wooden coasters. I was expecting like a very rough coaster. It looks very aged, however, it felt smooth, at least being in the front row. But yeah, some good air time, good views at the park. This is a very good coaster overall. Oh, I just noticed this as I'm walking by this way. But they have a whole bunch of cannonballs here. And cannon here. That's kind of fun. I wish this theming was more apparent, because it can be very hard to, you know, miss. But this looks like a real cannon, you know, aged, rusted. Very cool. Alright, I'm disappointed. There was supposed to be a coaster here according to the park map. But there's no coaster here. There's just a car. So maybe the new ride is you drive this car around this little loop. But no, I think they just took the coaster out and didn't update their park map. So Wacky Worm is closed today, so that means they only have one coaster running today, sadly. So only get the one coaster credit. I'm just so disappointed that this other one's closed. Judging by the footings, you know, this is probably just another temporary coaster, because it looks like they took the whole thing, you know, up and with them somewhere, sold it or went to scrap. So it looks like they got rid of another, you know, one of those like temporary carnival coasters. Do have a waterfall, or not waterfall, a water ride here called the Zoom Flume. And I think this is one of those rides where you won't necessarily get wet if you do it, just the way that it's built. There's another ride that's temporarily closed. Looks like this just takes you around. Don't know what this is called, but it is closed as well. If you're looking for a theme park or amusement park with small town vibes, this is definitely one of them, where you will probably recognize people because they're your neighbors. There's just not a lot of people here right now, but it is hot. Waiting in line for Cannonball, I think I heard how you pronounce the name of this lake, Lake Winnie. I think that's how you pronounce it. If I'm doing it wrong, comment below. I'm very interested how you actually pronounce this lake. I have another ride that's closed. Just another flat ride. We saw one of these when we were in Abu Dhabi at that one small theme park. I forget what it's called, but that's closed. This one over here, this drop tower though, this is open. I've seen it running today. I just don't really have any interest in it. Interesting. This drop tower actually closes at 3. I wonder if 3 o'clock is like the time where most of the rides in this park close, because by then maybe, you know, the park is just dead. So maybe the prime hours are from like when they open to 3 p.m. It's interesting. Over here, they have an old mini golf course that's no longer in use. This is like the employee chill area. I see more miniature golf courses over here, but yeah, just employee chill area. They have this like tiny fish pond here that you could seemingly just accidentally walk into. And it looks like they have another carnival game here, but it is closed as well.
Connected with the other, it's just the baby fish like it here.
Yeah, this is connected with the rest of the lake, so these probably are baby fish. Next, we're gonna do their Wacky Factory. It's some kind of dark ride. It looks fun. Let's check it out. I love how they really dive into the water here. This is outside the Wacky Factory, and they just have all this water here. Water may not look the best at the moment, but I mean, I love that they do have water here. In line, I can show you the paddle boats that they have, but they are closed as well. I really think that there's just a staffing issue here where they can't have staff at most of these attractions, because there's no reason for the paddle boats to be closed. But I guess they need someone to manage the dock and potentially to rescue people in this boat. I take back what I said about the Ferris wheel being a long line. You should do this first thing in the day. This is like a 30-minute line, and there's not even that many people here, so this is the ride you should do. The ride throughput is terrible, and we haven't even been on the ride yet. To the front, I just want to point out like these nails that they have just sticking out the side of this building. So there's probably something up there at one point in time, but they've just left the nails. Alright, so this ride, you could definitely tell that they converted it from like this happy, sneezy ride, you know, made for children, and they converted it to like more of a horror ride, because there's a lot of elements in there that seem like it was made for children originally, and then they converted it to this horror element, and a lot of the stuff wasn't working, I think, maybe.
Maybe some things. One thing that was really interesting is that I was looking at his phone when he was filming it, and it looks better on the phone.
If you're here today with the Coaster Club from Germany, we welcome you to Lake Winnie for a day of fun and invite you to join us in the picnic grounds for your catered picnic meal, which is now being served. Thank you.
Apparently there's a coaster club from Germany here.
I was hearing a lot of German.
Yeah, I heard German in the line too. Apparently there's a coaster club here. I'm sad that they only have the one coaster and that the Wacky Worm isn't open. So yeah, but overall, this is a decent ride, dark ride, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't wait as long as we did. So try to do it first or later, or wait for some rain, depending on the day.
Yeah, they were only running 3 ride vehicles. Absolutely terrible, you know, ride throughput. So yeah, moving on. Right behind the Wacky Factory, you have the Wacky Worm, which is, you know, standard coaster, Wacky Worm coaster. However, it's not running today. And then next to that, you have a carousel. It is running. It's in a pretty cool location. It's next to this, you know, kind of stagnant looking water though. You know, all this algae bloom doesn't look that great. Seems like a fairly old carousel, and I don't know if you heard that thunder, but it has started raining. So we are glad we're doing this because it's undercover, so that's nice. However, I don't think the rain's gonna last that long. There's only like one dark cloud directly above us, so hopefully it doesn't get too wet. The art on this carousel is absolutely amazing. Look at that. Very old school looking. Probably like 100-year-old carousel maybe. Well, we were hoping the rain would stop after that carousel ride. It didn't. It's still raining. Carousel ride was kind of good. It seemed like a fast-ish carousel, so that part was kind of fun. Very old carousel from 1916, I think it was. So yeah, we're just going to be undercover. They aren't really running any of the outdoor rides that aren't covered, but there aren't really many rides that aren't covered, or that are covered. So there's really not much to do here. overall, this park has been kind of a bust. It was like $60 for unlimited rides for 2 of us because we brought in a Dr. Pepper can. Otherwise, it'd be like $80. But there's just hardly any rides open here, especially like the Sky Baskets one. I really wanted to do that. However, it's closed. I don't think it's opening today. So many of the rides are closed. We were at the carousel and somebody said we were like waiting for it to like start, and somebody like said just go in. And one person commented, "Oh, I don't want to risk losing my $45 admission to do 3 rides at the park." Like he was making fun of, he paid that much money and there are hardly any rides running in the park. So it's kind of disappointing. Another view of their ice cream little fake boat here that's also closed. Tour of their gift shop here. Let's check it out. So they do have shirts that say Lake Winnie Puska.
I'm not over here. I'm over here.
More shirts here. Maybe some postcards. That's kind of fun. Pretty empty though for the most part. You know, lots of space for more stuff here. It looks like they actually have a kind of a museum here. Lots of old pictures. Cool, it goes through the whole history of Lake Winnie Puska, including $35,000 concrete swimming pool. Ooh, this is what it used to look like in the past. So it looks like that one water toboggan that we have yet to do has like always been here, almost always been here. Looks like over here, this is where the Fun Factory is. It used to be a big pool, and it looks like they put a Fun Factory inside of it. And then this is where most of the other park is, over here. Kind of interesting. And this is another view of the park. This is also cool. They should have announced this more like outside, because this is, you know, this is an attraction in itself. Seeing all this history. Oh, here's a map, and here is that one coaster, this yellow one here, that they took out, sadly. Article from 2013 that says they're going to invest millions in 5-acre attraction. I wonder if that was a water park that they invested in? Yeah, the as yet unnamed water attraction. The gift shop side of things, and they have more things. They have a shark tooth collection here. More just, you know, overall kitty toys. Looks like we found some magnets over here. I wonder if they have any good ones at the park. That's an option, or these.
No, it's all together.
Oh, it's all together. Okay,
It's
so it's
also old and dated looking.
yeah, it's very old and dated looking, kind of like the park, so it makes sense. This pin that they have of Cannonball, that's kind of cool. And you know, the metal coaster moves back and forth since there's space there. They got one for Fireball that also moves.
I mean, the ornament's kind of nice.
Yeah, the ornament's nice. Genuine solid brass, and then they also have a pin for the carousel as well. Came into here thinking we could get a refill, but no, they're closed as well. So I think they might just have the one restaurant here running in the whole park. Kind of interesting. I just did a thing where this is the German Coaster Club behind me, and I saw that they're like running from that Scooter's Pizza place over somewhere, and I had a feeling that they were being allowed special access on this wacky worm. So I kind of blended in with this German Coaster Club. So German Coaster Club, thank you so much for letting me get on this, because, you know, I'm not necessarily sure that they will open this to the general public. They said they might, but I didn't want to take any chances. I needed the coaster credit, so thank you, German Coaster Club. And ride description, it's a typical wacky worm. I went and got a refill on this refillable mug. It's $1. You have to pay cash, or else it has to be $5 minimum charge to use a credit card. But as I thought, there's no one on this wacky worm coaster. It's like 5 minutes after I just exited the ride, so I'm so glad I snuck into it, because they just lack enough employees to run all the rides today. So thank you, German Coaster Club. Once again, I'm getting you on the ride.
Thanks for doing the train ride with me now.
Yeah, train rides are always fun. Enjoy Georgia Peach products.
I'm excited because this is, I think, probably my last ride, so.
Yeah. They have another creepy trash can over there. This is a smooth train ride. It's not really squeaking like some of these other train rides. Going over water. If only the antique cars was open. Doesn't look like it has a whole bunch of scenery, but it still would have been nice.
You're seeing the whole track right now.
It's pretty plain, yeah. They even cut out a whole bunch of trees, it looks like, that were there, so it's basically just a tour of a grass lawn. This looks like some sort of amphitheater here on the left. They have a children's playground. A walk-through water park. They just had so many rides closed today. They should have reduced the price, because it wasn't worth it. This is the water park. Lost my train of thought there for a second. So this is part of their water park. That's the Winnie 500 slide right here. You get to race on mats. And supposedly they do have a lazy river. And look at this house just like right here. Imagine if you bought that house and you got to like just walk to the theme park each day. Oh yeah, that's their log flume chute thing. Do you see it? I wonder if this is a ride. Oh, this is part of the water flume, I think? This green thing? Yeah, that is. You go through this. Oh, that's kind of cool. And that was the train ride. Up next, I'm going to do this water chute ride. The boat chute. This is probably one of the original rides of the park. And I got my secure GoPro wrist mount here. I was given permission to film on these rides. Permission is important. Cool how it's actually connected to the lake, and it's not like an independent log flume. Like, there's a connection point. Also, there's a water bottle here, and they're gonna have to get it. It's a metal water bottle.
Get it.
It's a herring rescue mission right now to get that water bottle. Success. Next to this water chute, right? This is the turnaround point for the chairlift. So sadly you don't stop here. It's not like a transportation method. Look at this tunnel. I mean, you saw it on the train ride, but this is a super long tunnel. I'm looking forward to this. And this is what the ride vehicle looks like. Look at that. It's a very unique ride. This tunnel reminds me of the one in Kevin Defunct's like Garfield video. You know, the long tunnel where you do stuff inside. It kind of reminds me of that because it's so long. was fun. That was a super fun boat shoot. I could definitely see the appeal of that tunnel if you're a teenager and coming out here for a first date or something like that. But the actual drop itself, pretty fun. The ride overall good. Yeah, definitely do that when you're here. It's worth it. It's also like a very unique design. I've never done anything like that ride before. These buildings that they have here above some of the carnival rides that are closed, and some of these are training. This is like the staff center right here, this brick building. It says training center, it says human resources and marketing. Very old. Another creepy trash can, but you know, I like it. I like that they try. And then as I head back to do I don't know, Cannonball Run, yeah, that's what it's called, Cannonball Run, I can see this is where the old coaster used to be. You can see it supports here. I wonder if this is part of the queue, like a covered queue, and then over here was a ride. But yeah, just look at it. It's just a sad car. Work at Lake Winnie and win me. And it doesn't look like a very good car. Just look at this mini golf course. It's completely abandoned. I don't know why. Maybe upkeep was too much. But yeah, look at that. That's a mini golf course. This is the entrance. It's called Pebble Beach Golf Club. And I mean, it looks like it could have been running at one point. I don't know if it was closed recently for the end of the season or if it's been closed all season, but it looks like they actually have some very cool things going on inside of it. Like, look at that ramp. That's a cool looking ramp. This would have been fun. I don't know why they closed it off. This would have been just a high capacity ride. They should have left it in. So I want to show off a couple more flat rides that they have here. So they have a parachute drop. Doesn't go up that high. Perfect for kids. Closed today, I think. They have a boat ride over here. Small little kids ride. Let's see what else they got. They got this free whale, which is like a tiny pirate swing. They have a tiny chair swing over here. Look how tiny that is. They have a ladybug car ride that spins you in a circle. Cute ladybugs. They have a motorcycle ride. Spins you in a circle as well. They have an antique car ride, not the good kind, that just spins you in a circle. Over here, behind it, you have the train tracks right there. Looks like there used to be some sort of flat ride there, but they changed it out with picnic tables. They have a silly saucers ride here. Also looks closed. And then behind that, you have like a Matterhorn ride. You know, kind of a moderate to exciting thrill level that spins you around super, super, super fast. And then over here, you have a Bumblebee like scrambler ride, or it's like Dumbo. I think it lifts you up and down. So they have a fair amount of rides here. Most of them are these, you know, cheap flat rides, and nobody running them at the moment. The park seems kind of dead. It's about 3 o'clock, so I definitely understand why 3 p.m. is like closing time, because there's no one here. All right, so this is the park map. We're here at the end of the day. Most of these rides were closed. Wild Lightning didn't even exist. That's this one right here. So that was a disappointment there. All right, so we're done with the park. There wasn't many rides to do today. Park wasn't that great. I don't think it was worth it to us, especially traveling so far. For locals, maybe it was worth it, right?
Yeah, for locals, maybe if you only got to, you know, drive an hour or two, I'd totally do that then, but it's not one of those that's like worth getting on a plane for.
Yeah.
So I would pass on that.
Definitely don't come here from Germany to just visit this park. It's not worth it. And like I thought, that Wacky Worm never opened again today, so I'm so lucky I snuck in that German group and did it. Ja, guten Tag. I was fully prepared to say random German words and hopefully get in if they questioned me. But this park, not worth it if you're traveling from a far ways to go to, sadly. Hopefully they improve it one day, add some more rides. make their rides work that they have running here, because there's just no staff running them at all today. But
and adding some more food options. They are still quite limited.
Yeah, more food options would be great. Yeah, but overall the park seemed kind of clean. Lots of trash cans. Some bathrooms, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what else there's to say. That's it for now.
Hi.
We leave the park, you can see where people start like wiping their hand stamps on the walls. Kind of interesting.